with the taste you've come to enjoy for years and years and years. So next time you're grocery shopping, pick up Sundrop in your favorite flavor. After all, the folks at Sundrop, from delivery drivers, warehouse staff, and the management team, work hard every day to bring you the refreshing, smooth taste of Sundrop. Sundrop, the official soft drink of Radio Free Cabarrus. Nothing like a Sundrop.
Kick your boring lunch to the curb with Pizza Hut's unlimited lunch buffet. Dive into limitless pizzas straight from the oven and rich Tuscany pastas. And don't forget the crisp salads and freshly baked desserts. Your favorites are always hot, delicious, and ready when you are. So send the cold cuts packing and head to the unlimited lunch buffet. Not valid for delivery. Dine-in or carry-out varies by location. Lunch times, prices, buffet selection, and participation may vary.
Cabarrus County is a great place to live and work and boasts so many wonderful attributes, and that's where the focus is for Cabarrus Living Magazine, a full-color publication right here in Cabarrus County. You can read about people, places, and events that make Cabarrus County such a great place. Cabarrus Living is published every other month, and you can look for your copy at many locations across the community or simply log on CabarrusLivingMagazine.com. You can see the current issue. You can see past issues. That's Cabarrus Living Magazine. Check it out. We believe you'll enjoy it.
Proud to be your hometown station. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy. Fast, friendly, affordable. It's got all the modern conveniences, and they have free delivery. That's Cannon Pharmacy. You can go on the internet, CannonPharmacies.com. 6 great locations to serve you. 2 in Kannapolis, the new location in Concord. That's at Cabarrus Avenue at Concord Parkway. Also location in Charlotte and Mooresville. That's Cannon Pharmacies. Great hometown service. Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy.
Starting lineups are being introduced for both teams right now. That means we've got the Legion Pledge, the National Anthem all coming up next. And this is the first game in the Southeast Conference of the Southern Division of Area 3 American Legion. Almost gets convoluted when you start dividing into Southern Division and then the Southeast beyond the Southern Division. But that's the way they break it up. And, of course, in the playoffs, then they'll work into the Northwest group from the Southern Division, and then the Northern Division of Area 3 works in a later round down in the playoffs. But we've got the regular season right now for the conference teams playing, and this will be the first game. Everything last night was rained out all across Area 3. And we'll give you the starting lineups for both teams here just in a moment. This is the Sundrop pregame report. Of course, Sundrop and a lot of other folks make these broadcasts possible. We hope that you'll take an opportunity when you do have a chance to tell those folks thank you for making high school sports and American Legion sports available here on Radio Free Cabarrus. Mark Plemmons along with Shakad Bar-tal, and as you see the starting lineup there and the players for Post 51. We are going to step aside, take one more break here in the Sundrop pregame report. We'll be back with the first pitch. That's right around the corner on your hometown station. This is Radio Free Cabarrus and HighSchoolCube.com.
It's big-time revelry at the Renaissance Festival. Saturdays and Sundays, October 5th through November 24th.
You laugh so hard you'll wet yourself.
The Carolina Renaissance Festival, a medieval amusement park.
10 stages of music.
Comedy, daredevil antics.
Jousting nights.
The Renaissance Festival.
Happy 20th anniversary.
Incredible value. A crafts market. Wondrous entertainment. Kitchens and pubs.
I love the giant turkey leg.
Huzzah!
Great escape. You will love it.
The 20th anniversary of the Carolina Renaissance Festival.
Discount tickets at Harris Teeter stores or print yours online at renfestinfo.com. Presented by Pepsi, the Charlotte Observer.
Crazy, unique, exotic, and smells delicious.
Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts, Christmas at your fingertips, new ideas to get you on your way.
A festive Christmas village, over 500 holiday merchants, and a lot of fun. It's all November 14th through the 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center, sponsored by the Charlotte Observer.
Let's go to the Southern Christmas Show.
Discount tickets at Harris Teeter.
Read all about it in the Independent Tribune. That's your hometown newspaper. The Independent Tribune, independenttribune.com, features local news, features, and everything you want to know about Cabarrus County and Southern Rowan County. And, of course, they're published on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The unifying voice of Greater Cabarrus County is the Independent Tribune. And, of course, lots of special features online at the Independent Tribune, including some video from time to time. To subscribe, call 704-789-9162.
Elevator music versus RadioFreeCabarrus.com. Man, that was easy.
Well, clearly, Shaquem, that was the wrong advertising set there. We do expect the Renaissance Festival to be this fall. Don't ignore those dates. And, of course, coming in November will be the Southern Christmas Show, but those were spots from last year. Our fine friends at the Independent Tribune, though, that was the right spot. So we'll try to make sure that we don't play the wrong spots when we go to the next one. But we're ready for some ball here today. That is the Sundrop pregame report is over. Let's get your give us your starting lineups there for Stanley County, kid.
Stanley County, number 15, Tyler Trevor Wilson. Batting second, number 18, Rusty Brown. Batting third, number 23, Zach Ahmed. Batting fourth, number 12, Vince Diss. Batting fifth, number 2, Derek Talker. Batting 6, number 8, David Singletary. Batting 7, number 10, Brian Bolton. Batting 8, number 4, Matt Lambert. And batting 9, number 5, Brian Stevens.
Well, let's set the field for you for Post 51. They will be out there first. On the mound will be Ryan Ross. Ross, the big Mount Pleasant star. And Ryan is headed off to college in probably a little more than a week, so this may be the last time we get to see him play for Post 51 this season. Big lefty from Mount Pleasant. The third baseman for Post 51 is Nick Coble. Brett Barrier's the shortstop. Garrett Herlocker at second base. Tyler Thomas at first. Behind the plate, Jacob Rawson. Mitchell Helms is at left. Garrett Freeze in center. And Parker Henderson in right. No designated hitter for Post 51, with Rawson being a good stick. He'll be out there swinging away, Shaquette. And there's Rawson's throw down to second, and that means we are ready for some baseball here between Post 51 and Post 76. Stanley County, folks over in Albemarle and Norwood, and points all around Stanley County. That's the Stanley County team. And, of course, Concord Post 51 drawing from Concord, Central Cabarrus, Mount Pleasant. I think we even have a player that may be from A.L. Brown because of the realignment, and Hickory Ridge, those players. Wilson stands in, and Ross is ready, Shaquette.
And Ross with the pitch. And it's a bunt foul. 0-1.
Trying to drop one down the third base side. For the most part, the field is dry. There are two wet spots at second and shortstop. They've worked it pretty hard. Cover those during the light sprinkles that we had earlier this afternoon.
Let's see if Post 51 is watching for the bunt again.
It looks like Coble's playing right on the edge of the grass.
Swing and a miss, strike.
So quickly now, Coble is ahead 2 strikes. Check it, that's Ross.
And that is
going to get out
of play.
Hit it back over toward the wood line, right across Highway 49.
So if someone is driving on Highway 49, they need to watch out for a loose baseball.
Yep, those baseballs will get around.
0-2. Here comes the pitch by Ross. Swing and a foul ball hit the net, but stay in the play. Still 0-2.
Ross staying ahead here. Post 51 wants to get that early win coming out of the gate here in conference play.
Now the pitch, strike 3, right in the middle of the corner, strike zone, strikeout.
Quickly one down, first strikeout for Ryan Ross.
And now batting number 18, Rusty Brown.
Brown playing left field today, right-handed batter. Stands in not quite to the back of the batter's box against Ross.
Here's the pitch by Ross. Swing and a foul. Will it be catchable? No.
Oh, Tyler Thomas made a sliding attempt over near the dugout, could not come up with it. It wasn't hit very high, so it's not an opportunity to get down there as quickly as you'd like to on one of those pop-ups, but it's just a noisy strike.
0-1.
Got a good concession stand here at Central Cabarrus, so if you're coming out to the ball game, hadn't ate before you get here, just come on out and eat at the stadium. Got a big old plate of fries sitting in front of me.
And that pitch must have been a bit low.
Yeah, it looked like he was nibbling on the outside corner with that one.
1-1. Ross is now getting the signal. Now he's set. Here comes the pitch. Right in the middle. Second baseman.
Ooh.
And that should be an E2 on the second baseman.
Actually, I think the shortstop fielded that play a barrier, so the error on the shortstop. Well, you hate to give away outs, and that's potentially out number 2 there.
So Brown is safe at first, now batting with 1 out. Number 23, Zach Almed.
Almond's the catcher today, another right-handed batter. Got one of those foot protectors, shin guard protectors, as he stands in. That front foot's stuck way out toward third base.
See if they try to do it and run. Looked like the catcher got crossed up on that one. Ruffin definitely got crossed up on that pitch.
Got a little bit inside, not exactly where Rawson thought it was going to be, and had to reach over there and make sure it didn't trickle away. Pretty big lead at first base. Yeah, see if Ross throws over there.
It does.
Oh, and it hit the runner. He got back safely.
And it's lucky it the runner. Otherwise, I think that ball would have been loose.
I'm not sure. I think he might have had a chance of being out, because if Thomas catches that ball, he's going to be right on the player.
Still 1-0. That is a pass ball.
Yeah, that one popped away, and quickly we got a man down at second.
Brown is safe at second. Was able to walk to second, folks.
Yeah, Rawson came up like he was wanting to throw down to first base and kind of boxed it, and it popped out of his mitt, trickled away just enough to allow Brown to go to second.
And it's 2-0. And that is a strike.
Hit the outer quadrant there with that pitch.
Looked like an eye strike from where we're sitting.
Yeah, we're perched right behind the home plate, just off to the right side. That one's inside, gets away, but not far enough to advance. It's going to be 3-1.
Ross need to keep an eye on Brown a second. He might try to steal third. He has a pretty good lead second.
Yeah, he does. He does have a good lead.
And that is ball 4.
So a walk and an error with 1 out.
Bring up Vince Diss, number 12, which now set up the double play with first and second, 1 out here on the top of the first.
But you got a right-handed batter, a left-handed batter. That always costs you a step going down to first base. The cleanup hitter in Deese.
Swing and a miss.
Pounded the mitt with that fastball, strike 1.
Looked like this was trying to hit the home run. He came up empty.
Working from the stretch is Ross, trying to hold those runners close. Oh, nice.
Strike 2, right in the middle.
Looked like a good, maybe a slider, a sharp breaking ball, but that got him ahead in the count now, 0-2.
Looked like actually it was a pretty good pitch to hit.
I think it fooled him, though. He starts out inside, breaks toward the middle of the plate.
Strike 3.
Well, he came up late on that one. 2 strikeouts in the inning now for Ryan Ross, as Ross trying to get out of this jam here in the first inning.
Now batting with first and second, 2 out. Number 2, Derek Talkill.
Right-handed batter, Tucker, the third baseman. Kind of
strike one.
Ross looks like he's made up his mind. He's going to just pitch his way out of this one. He's thrown some smoke the last two batters.
The only bad thing about it is throwing up a lot of pitches.
Yep.
Swing and a miss, foul ball.
Sent that breaking ball up there and had him way out front.
0-2.
Hit it straight down into the ground.
Let's see if he's going to try to make him chase it, or we'll try right into the middle.
Runner's going.
And that is the ball.
Yep.
Wow.
So stolen bases by Brown down to third. Allman goes down to second. And it's 1-2.
Actually, the pitch wasn't so bad.
Now, maybe just a little bit off the plate. At the angle we're at, we can't see just exactly where the ball crosses the plate because of the angle.
And that is a base hit. 1 run score. Here comes the second run. He will be safe. So 2-0 Stanley County and a RBI single, 2-run score. And it's 2-0 Stanley County.
Well, Derek Tucker hit the ball back into center field. Garrett Freeze came up with the ball quickly, made a pretty strong throw to the plate, and it was just a hair late. Those runners being able to steal second and third after he got ahead in the count really turned out big there.
Now batting number 8, David Singletary, and he's hit it right to the third baseman. Low throw, nice pickup by Thomas, and he's out. So heading to the bottom of the field here on Radio Free Cabarrus, it's Stanley County 2, Concord Post 0.
In the early 1950s, something really exciting happened right here in Concord, and it's been here ever since. It's the smooth, refreshing taste of Sundrop. Now, some of the faces have changed over the years, of course, but one thing that has not changed is the smooth citrus taste of an ice-cold Sundrop. You know something else that hasn't changed? It's Sundrop's involvement in Concord and the surrounding communities. Sundrop, hometown folks providing you with the taste you've come to enjoy for years and years and years. So next time you're grocery shopping, pick up Sundrop in your favorite flavor. After all, the folks at Sundrop, from delivery drivers, warehouse staff, and the management team, work hard every day to bring you the refreshing, smooth taste of Sundrop. Sundrop, the official soft drink of Radio Free Cabarrus. Nothing like a Sundrop. We put the home back in hometown radio. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
A walk and an error, and Post 51 finds themselves down 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning, so bats will have to go to work. Just when it looked like Ryan Ross was going to work his way out of it, there's 2 stolen bases on that 0-2 count. That was a pretty slick move there by Coach Derek Behringer's Stanley County team to pick up that extra base. It turns out that that probably allowed them to score an extra run. Maybe 1 run scores on that base hit, not 2, if they don't steal those 2 bases.
Yeah, I agree that the stolen base and not pay attention to the run else cost Post 51 as they're trying to recap and regroup. Is now batting number 1, Chase Clark.
Chance Clark will...
No, actually,
excuse me,
Garrett Freeze.
Garrett Freeze.
Number 2, center fielder.
Center fielder will stand in.
Batting right-handed. And that is a ball. Looks like the pitch was a bit outside the strike zone, low and away. And that, let's see. And he's out, barely. Looked like it was going to be an error on the first baseman to recover. Made a good throw, and Freeze is out. It fell.
Good job by Weicker to get over there and cover the first base bag. If he doesn't get to the bag in time, Freeze beats that one out. Instead, it's out number 1.
And now batting the shortstop, number 6, Brett Bale.
So Barrier stands in.
And that is a great swing. Let's see if the ball will drop. The ball is dropped. And Barrier will settle for a single, a long single, great at bat. 1 pitch and a single.
Over there into right center field, so that's the first hit for Post 51.
Now batting number 16, the pitcher, Ryan Ross.
Ross, a right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. He'll stand in.
Low and away. Ball 1.
Ross looking for something good to hit.
And even though he's a pitcher, looks like he has a lot of power. Throw back to first, runner safe. Bayer is safe at first.
Want to keep him close if you can. Those extra bases always come back to haunt you. Pitch is a strike, so it evens it at 1-1.
Throw back to first, safe. I'm definitely worrying about Barrier trying to get a bigger lead than it is right now. But when you do that, you might make a bad pitch at the plate. 2-1.
Getting ahead into the count.
Ball nearly got away from the catcher. 2-1.
Well, it's a nice day for baseball now that the...
Sure is. It turned out to be a gorgeous day. Tough to believe. Hour and a half ago it was raining like cats and dogs everywhere.
Yeah, it was just all around the stadium here at Central Cabarrus.
And that should be a double play. 4, 6, 3, double play. End of 1. Heading to the top of the second. It's 2-0 West Stanley.
Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy. Fast, friendly, affordable. It's got all the modern conveniences, and they have free delivery. That's Cannon Pharmacy. You can go on the internet, cannonpharmacies.com. 6 great locations to serve you. 2 in Kannapolis, the new location in Concord. That's at Cabarrus Avenue at Concord Parkway. Also location in Charlotte and Mooresville. That's Cannon Pharmacies. Great hometown service. Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy. State Senator Fletcher Hartzell Jr. would like to thank the many teachers, coaches, parents, and volunteers who work so hard to provide opportunities for our young people. School activities like athletics, bands, and clubs provide students with opportunities to learn and develop, and those activities can't be accomplished without many people who put in countless hours to support them. State Senator Hartzell would like to say thank you to each of you who help your building a better community. State Senator Hartzell also would like to thank you for your continued support and input as he represents you in Raleigh, paid for by Fletcher Hartzell State Senator Committee. The Trading Post on Radio Free Cabarrus, both audio and text version, updated every week. That's the Trading Post on Radio Free Cabarrus.
Go to the second inning. Ryan Ross will continue to work for Post 51, 2-0. Got that error to walk and a base hit, 2 stolen bases, a pass ball, and it all turns into a 2-0 lead for Stanley County.
And leading off for Post 76 will be number 10, Brian Bolton.
Yeah, Blanton, Lambert, and Stevens, first 3 hitters. They've staked Russ Weicker to a 2-0 lead as we go to the second inning. Of course, we played 9 innings in American Legion baseball. Ross goes out to work his second inning.
And here's the pitch. High, very high and away.
Got Junior American Legion baseball coming up this weekend. John Von Cannon and Chris Hudson Saturday night will be over at Northwest Cabarrus for action.
And 1-1. That is a foul ball.
And we'll double back on Sunday evening, and John will be up at A.L. Brown for the Reds and the Braves.
That ball is hit sharply to shortstop. Make a great throw out of field.
Barrier got him by a step as Thomas took the throw and quickly won down here in the second inning for Stanley County.
Now batting number 4, Matt Lambert.
So Lambert, the second baseman, stands in, the number 8 hitter in the lineup for Stanley County. And a bright yellow bat as he stands in against Ross.
Swing and a miss, strike one.
I've got just a piece of it, set that one back to the screen. Got a pretty good crowd, got a nice brigade of people in lawn chairs all surrounding the screen, and at least half the bleachers are full here as well. Inside.
That ball almost hit Lambert. Nearly hit him.
Rawson's had a little bit of trouble hanging on to the ball. I don't know if he's trying to frame that one up really good and just miss the ball.
It's now 2-1.
Looks like his catcher's may be a little stiff.
Once again,
Barrier
with a great throw. Once again, 2 out. Barrier is getting walkout at shortstop.
Yeah, it's the third play he's been called on to make. And so far this inning, he's been 2 for 2.
Now batting the number 9 hitter, number 5, Brian Stevens.
Stevens, another right-handed batter, so we've had one lefty out of the whole bunch, and I think he may be on deck. Nub toward third. Let's see if Coble can throw him out.
Low throw.
Threw it away. That'll put a man on second. That'll be a hit and an error. Give him an infield hit.
Coble should have just put the ball in his pocket.
Second error of the day for Post 51. I don't think he gets him at first base, but the throw gets him down to second base, and you have to score an error on that one.
And now batting left-handed, number 15, Trevor Devil Wilson.
Wilson, a strikeout victim his first time up.
Let's see Frost keep an eye on the runner and Steven is second. And a bunt once again. I believe Wilson is first attempt at the game also tried to bunt.
Yeah, he's bunted twice.
He's trying to use his speed to get on base. That was a foul ball.
Trying to figure out if he's got a camouflage sleeve, or is that a tattoo on his left arm?
I believe.
Maybe it's camouflage.
No, that is
sleeve.
Tattoo.
It's just a camouflage-looking sleeve. I thought, man, that kid's got a lot of tattoos, but it's not a tattoo. Dumped it off the plate, foul.
Nearly came to our screen. Was trying to catch that.
Tommy Small will do some little extra work there for the coach. Never even drops his clipboard, just trotting in. 0-2 now to Wilson. See if they send that breaking ball to him again.
Steven is getting a bigger lead at second.
Barrier's back there. If he wants to turn and chase him back, he's going to ignore him. The runner's going, and it's fouled at the plate. Lands in fair territory, but it hit Wilson's foot.
Oh, he's still alive.
So still 0-2. Barrier diving in there, pitches down low for a ball.
1-2.
Not going as Stevens down at second. Stevens reached on a little number that Coble couldn't handle over at third base, or couldn't get him out at first base. 1-2 pitch. Down low, trying to get him to chase, and nothing doing. Bright sunshine now in the field and some streaks. And coming right across Ryan Ross on the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, the players might want to wear a sunshade. Especially the outfielder.
Throw back to second. Oh, and it's into center field. Threw it behind barrier. Quickly, Freeze will get it in, so it'll be a second error of the inning for Post 51. We'll score that one on the pitcher as he threw it behind the shortstop. 3 errors already for Post 51. We've played an inning in 2/3.
If that was a football player, Bale should have definitely dived and catch that ball.
3-2 now as the ball misses outside. Barrier's breaking back toward the bag. You've got to throw the ball back toward the base so that he's got a chance. His momentum's all going toward the bag, and when Barrier had to reach back behind him, that's a hard play to make.
And that ball is hit to the air. Right fielder will catch that ball. Left fielder.
Mitchell Helms corrals that one for out number 3.
Heading to the bottom of the second. It's Post 76-2. Post 51, nothing.
Kick your boring lunch to the curb with Pizza Hut's unlimited lunch buffet. Dive into limitless pizzas straight from the oven and rich Tuscany pastas. And don't forget the crisp salads and freshly baked desserts. Your favorites are always hot, delicious, and ready when you are. So send the cold cuts packing and head to the unlimited lunch buffet. Not valid for delivery. Dine-in or carry-out varies by location. Lunch times, prices, buffet selection, and participation may vary.
Read all about it in the Independent Tribune. That's your hometown newspaper. The Independent Tribune, independenttribune.com, features local news, features, and everything you want to know about Cabarrus County and Southern Rowan County. And, of course, they're published on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The unifying voice of Greater Cabarrus County is the Independent Tribune. Of course, lots of special features online at the Independent Tribune, including some video from time to time. To subscribe, call 704-789-9162.
Whether it's roaming through strawberry fields or on the Grand Strand, all the good time rock and roll is right here. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
To the bottom of the second inning, Concord trailing Stanley County 2-0. Going to have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up the very middle of the Concord lineup.
And now batting, the third baseman, number 19, Nick Coble. Under bright sunlight.
Yeah, bright sun streaking right back through the middle of the field.
And strike one.
Yeah, got that breaking ball over to start him off. Coble already in the non-conference portion of the season has hit some long home runs.
Foul ball. Was trying to hit that one a long way, but hit it to the fence.
He's in the hole now, 0-2.
Ball one.
Laid off the high pitch.
That ball somehow got into the outfield. 2-2. Ball
out of play, just back over toward the dugout at the top of the screen, looked like.
It's still 2-2. Coble is putting a decent bat in you. Already saw 5 pitches already. Ball 3, low and away.
Someone just about bouncing up there. 3-2 now. Should get something good to hit. We'll see what Coble can do here to lead off the second inning. Step out for a second.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And looked like that might have been ball 4.
Yeah, the ball looked like it was outside. He chased it, it looked like, Shaquette.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 22, Tyler Thomas.
That's the first strikeout for Weicker.
And Thomas is a left-hander, so if you want to put a bunt, he might be able to be safe at first.
Thomas way out front on the off-speed pitch. Kind of fooled him with that one, didn't he?
That looked like a pitcher kind of a swing.
Thomas is a pretty good pitcher, but that wasn't skids away there.
Was not a pretty good looking swing on 0-2.
As one of the oldest adages in baseball, it only takes one to hit it, so even if you've had two rough looking swings, here's an opportunity now to make something happen. Chased it.
I think it chased 3 balls.
So two down now is.
And now we'll bat in number 21, the right fielder, Parker Henderson.
So Henderson steps in, another right-handed batter after the lefty Thomas.
That ball hit to the...
Popped it back into the screen.
Not far away from where we're standing.
No, just right in front of us here. Well, that goes straight to the backstop. I don't think catcher over there, Allman, had a chance to even touch that one.
While we're waiting for the 2-0.
Is that the Crash Davis walk out to the mound to tell him hit the mascot?
That ball is hit very well, but I think it's going to stay in play.
Yeah, it looks like center fielder's camped underneath it, and it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Weicker and Stanley County as Parker Henderson flies out to center field.
So going to the top of the trees, Post 76-2, Post 51, nothing.
We don't want to play that spot again from the two events. Let's see if we can find a commercial that's suitable. How about our friends at Cabarrus Living Magazine?
Cabarrus County is a great place to live and work and boasts so many wonderful attributes, and that's where the focus is for Cabarrus Living Magazine, a full-color publication right here in Cabarrus County. You can read about people, places, and events that make Cabarrus County such a great place. Cabarrus Living is published every other month, and you can look for your copy at many locations across the community or simply log on CabarrusLivingMagazine.com. You can see the current issue. You can see past issues. That's Cabarrus Living Magazine. Check it out. We believe you'll enjoy it. Wilkinson Funeral Home is proud to offer the very best in personal and professional service to you and your family in your time of need. They're nestled on a peaceful 16-acre hilltop off Branchview Drive in Concord, and a full-service funeral home that recognizes the importance of tradition and faith, and they strive to create services as unique as your loved one. They also offer a variety of options for pre-planning. You can relieve your family of the burden of making those decisions in a time of emergency. Call Wilkinson Funeral Home 704-786-3168.
We put the home back in hometown radio. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Go to the third inning, Shaquette. Looks like 2-0. Still our score is Ryan Ross and Russ Weicker hooked up in a pitcher's duel so far.
And leading off the top of the third for Stanley, Post 76, number 18, Rusty Brown.
So Brown, a right-handed batter, will stand in. 2-0 our score.
Low and away. Ball one.
See what he's shaking off Rawson behind the plate. Now the pitch inside.
Inside and down. 2-0. Strike one.
2-1. Gets the pitch over.
Just a bit low, 3-1.
Yeah, you don't want to walk the leadoff man here in the third inning.
Especially when you're trailing 2-0 already.
Those leadoff walks always come back to haunt you. There's a strike. Knee-high fastball. He had already tossed his bat. So now a payoff pitch will be coming.
Ball 4. Now we can toss
now he can now he can toss him. The leadoff walk to Rusty Brown. Second walk of the day for Ryan Ross.
And Ross and the third baseman and all the players are meeting on the mound trying to encourage Ross to throw a strike.
Yeah, trying to do that. Trying to make sure that they know what the signs are in case there's a steal, what's going to happen down at second base if Rawson has to throw down that way.
Now batting, number 23, Zach Almond.
Almond walked and scored the second run back in the first inning, but got him picked off. Throw to first, throw to second. Oh, they dropped it. Barrier jumped in at the last second. It looked like Herlocker was going to take the throw, and then the ball got knocked away.
It looked like also Thomas waited a bit longer than he should to throw the ball to second.
He's probably not sure which man he was going to throw to.
Either that or he did not have a good grip on the ball.
We're going to give him a stolen base there. If they catch that cleanly, that's probably going to be an out. But he was running in the dirt, or not in the dirt, but low. That's a ball. 1-0. So got a runner in scoring position now. That aggressive base running for Stanley County paid off in the first. We'll see what happens here in the third. Nice breaking ball.
Well, we have, speaking of pitching, we have action in the Stanley County bullpen.
They bluff back to second. Chase Brown back.
I believe number 6 will post 76 is
Holden Davis. We saw Noah Crisco throwing earlier too. He may be the man that's back there catching for him. He's behind the wall of the dugout, so we can't see him. In the dirt, good stop by Rawson.
2-1.
Nobody out man at second after the leadoff walk and the botched pickoff. Got a big lead down there at second.
Strike.
Boy, blew the fastball past him. 2-2.
This is a big pitch coming up. You don't want to go to 3-2.
No, you'd like to make it happen right here. Ross looks back to second. Now runner going. Struck him out, through to third, and safe. Wow. Just got in the back door. Brown has 2 stolen bases.
I would have liked to see a replay of that play at third. It looked very close.
Bang, bang. Looked like if I were having to bet what the replay would show, is his foot just gets in the back door. The base ump had a very good angle to look at it, but the strikeout is out number 1. That's the third strikeout now for Ross.
Now batting number 12, Vince Dots, and he's trying to squeeze. Wow. 0-1.
Him in a safety squeeze. I don't think he was running with the pitch. Keep Coble alive over at third base now when he does that. Thomas is back at first base. So if he dropped one down the first base side, that runner from third could get home conceivably. Coble's at the edge of the grass at third. Nice stop. Rawson used his chest protector, getting in front to knock it down.
Yeah, that definitely saved a run right here.
Only 1 out in the inning. Brown's at third. Got on with the walk, and he's stolen second, stolen third. Another good stop by Rawson as that ball was in the dirt. 2-1.
Looks like Ross is trying to make too much careful of the pitch instead of throwing a good pitch and trying to get him to swing.
They probably got a very specific spot they want to pitch to the cleanup hitter. Vance Deese. They struck him out the first time up. That one's down low. 3-1.
He's definitely pitching him down in a way which probably won't get him to swing. To pitch like that.
Rawson looks over to Coach Small, who's flashing in the pitch sign, and he'll flash it out now to Ross.
Strike.
The inside corner. Nice pitch. 3-2.
Now you want to make a good pitch, but at worst case, you walk him. You don't want to give him a good pitch that he can eat it.
Breaking ball. The ground out to first base gets the runner home. 3-0 as Brown crosses the plate. Thomas did the right thing. He got that out first and then threw home, but when he threw home, it's going to be late. So it goes 3 unassisted for out number 2. Give an RBI to Vance Deese by getting that ball into play, and that brings up Derek Tucker.
I believe Thomas might have forget that there is a runner at third.
Well, when you're that close to the base, you're gonna take that out at first every time. You stay out of a big inning. If you come straight home with that play right there, it's not a sure out. You got the sure out at first.
Good throw. Heading to the bottom of the third. It's Stanley Post 76-3. Post 51 Concord, nothing.
Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy. Fast, friendly, affordable. It's got all the modern conveniences, and they have free delivery. That's Cannon Pharmacy. You can go on the internet, cannonpharmacies.com. 6 great locations to serve you. 2 in Kannapolis, the new location in Concord. That's at Cabarrus Avenue at Concord Parkway. Also location in Charlotte and Mooresville. That's Cannon Pharmacies. Great hometown service. Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy.
Kick your boring lunch to the curb with Pizza Hut's unlimited lunch buffet. Dive into limitless pizzas straight from the oven and rich Tuscany pastas. And don't forget the crisp salads and freshly baked desserts. Your favorites are always hot, delicious, and ready when you are. So send the cold cuts packing and head to the unlimited lunch buffet. Not valid for delivery. Dine-in or carry-out varies by location. Lunch times, prices, buffet selection, and participation may vary.
Proud to be your hometown station. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Well, the catcher will be the leadoff man for Concord Post 51, Jacob Rawson. It'll be Rawson, Herlocker, and Helms trying to do something about a 3-0 deficit now. So far, Russ Walker's faced the minimum. Did have that double play back in the first inning that wiped out a base runner. 1 hit for Post 51. Got 1 hit for Stanley County.
Strike.
Got that breaking ball over to start him off.
Right in the middle of the strike zone.
That one bounced up. We could see it hit right in front of home plate.
And it's 1-1. Two and 1, just missed outside the strike zone a bit.
So 2-1, good hitters count coming up now for Rawson.
That ball into second baseman, low throw, good pickup by first baseman, out it falls.
So going to be a ground out to lead off the inning for Rawson.
And now batting number 8, the second baseman, Garrett Olakill.
Herlocker's a lefty.
Strike.
I want to thank Garrett's mom for allowing us to use some of her photos on our webpage. You see a couple of shots that we've got on the RadioFreeCabarrus.com webpage, and those are photos taken by Sandra Herlocker. Whoa, now that one came straight back. Had me flinching there. Even though there's a screen here, it looks like it's coming right between your eyes.
Yeah, I also jumped.
A little too nervous here.
1 and 2.
Held right over the top of his head.
To duck down, not to get hit. 2 and 2.
Got one out here in the bottom of the third inning. Is post 51, trying to find a way to get something going here.
Wow.
Struck him out. Boy, it looked like it was inside there.
Yeah, that pitch was very close to hitting.
That is the third strikeout now for Weicker. Had 2 last inning.
And now batting, number 12, left fielder, Mitchell Ohms.
Yeah, Helms will stand in there.
And that ball stay in play. Good throw by the catcher not to take risk. So heading to the top of the fourth, it's Post 76-3, Concord Post 75, 51, nothing.
Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy. Fast, friendly, affordable. It's got all the modern conveniences, and they have free delivery. That's Cannon Pharmacy. You can go on the internet, cannonpharmacies.com. 6 great locations to serve you. 2 in Kannapolis, the new location in Concord. That's at Cabarrus Avenue at Concord Parkway. Also location in Charlotte and Mooresville. That's Cannon Pharmacies. Great hometown service. Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy.
Kick your boring lunch to the curb with Pizza Hut's unlimited lunch buffet. Dive into limitless pizzas straight from the oven and rich Tuscany pastas. And don't forget the crisp salads and freshly baked desserts. Your favorites are always hot, delicious, and ready when you are. So send the cold cuts packing and head to the unlimited lunch buffet. Not valid for delivery. Dine-in or carry-out varies by location. Lunch times, prices, buffet selection, and participation may vary.
Proud to be your hometown station. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Well, go to the 4th inning here. Let's see what Ryan Ross can do to try to make sure it stays right here at a 3-0 ball game.
And leading off the top of the fourth, number 4, Matt Lambert.
I believe we got Singletary up, isn't it?
No,
yeah, that's David Singletary. There's a drive out into left field. Helms going back and catches it.
Catch the ball.
Nice catch up next to the fence, and David Singletary is retired. A noisy 1-pitch out.
Now batting, number 10, Brian Bolton.
Yeah, Blanton will stand in. Holding the bat high. A little bit upstairs, maybe a touch away.
Yeah, I was ready to say a strike, but it wasn't to be the case.
Well, he hammered that ball, but he was way out in front.
Yeah, can definitely hear the sound of it.
That's why Coach Derek Berenger is way over to the left, back toward the dugout when he's over coaching third base.
1-1.
Mitchell Helms retrieved that ball and got it back in quickly. They'll have to wipe it off a little bit, dry it up, maybe a little bit of dew in the grass.
Strike.
Did a nice job nibbling on that outside corner.
1-2.
Ross now trying to finish him off. Just poked it into the screen, and Tommy Small misses. Coach Small came running up trying to catch it off of the net.
Nearly
missed it. He's got all those. He's got all those stats and all that stuff in the little metal clipboard. He didn't lay it down. Just missed with the breaking ball that dropped off the plate.
I think if Coach Small had the gloves on, he probably would have caught that ball.
That's what he's going to tell us. Down low again, and it's 3-2. Good eye laying off that ball because that ball is sinking. You just don't know where it's going to stop sinking when it crosses that plate.
3-2.
Shaking off the sign. Now he's got what he wants.
Swing and miss. Strike.
Wicked pitch. They're just diving down the inside. That one was started out a little farther up and couldn't afford to take that one.
Now batting, number 4, Matt Lambert.
That's the 4th strikeout now for Ryan Ross. Ross, after the leadoff walk in the 3rd inning, has retired 5 straight batters. Hard hit. And that'll find its way into center field for a 2-out single. I guess I jinxed him there. That's the 2nd hit off Ross in the ball game. I'd said he'd retired those 5 guys, and all of a sudden pops one back into center field.
Now batting, number 5, Brian Stevens.
Stevens back in the 2nd inning had a single, got the 2nd on an error, got the 3rd on an error. He was stranded there.
Safe Lambert is trying to steal, throw back to first, safe.
Trying to keep him close. We've already had four stolen bases for Stanley County. Also got an error figured in on the base pass for Post 51. There's a strike.
Yeah, Post 76 definitely is not afraid of stealing base.
No, they keep you honest out there. They get good leads. Not a real big lead over at first right now for Lambert. Foul that one off. That was that hard, sinking, breaking ball. He just got a piece of it. I think if he doesn't swing at that one, it may hit the plate.
0-1.
Maybe the old Uncle Charlie that drops off the plate. Or just drops off the table. You throw it in, it's all of a sudden the downward motion. Throw to first.
Safe.
Scoreboard showing the 9th inning, but it's actually the 4th. Just missed.
1-1.
A little bit low, looked like. Rawson held it there for a second.
Actually, it's 2-1. No, actually 1-2. Going to the scoreboard. Not sure.
I think that's right. 2 outs in the inning with a runner at first. A 2-out single by Matt Lambert. Strike 3 called. Got the breaking ball on the outside corner. Our runner stranded. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Ryan Ross. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Our score, Stanley County 3, Post 51 nothing.
In the early 1950s, something really exciting happened right here in Concord, and it's been here ever since. It's the smooth, refreshing taste of Sundrop. Now, some of the faces have changed over the years, of course, but one thing that has not changed is the smooth citrus taste of an ice-cold Sundrop. You know something else that hasn't changed? It's Sundrop's involvement in Concord and the surrounding communities. Sundrop, hometown folks providing you with the taste you've come to enjoy for years and years and years. So next time you're grocery shopping, pick up Sundrop in your favorite flavor. After all, the folks at Sundrop, from delivery drivers, warehouse staff, and the management team, work hard every day to bring you the refreshing, smooth taste of Sundrop. Sundrop, the official soft drink of Radio Free Cabarrus. Nothing like a Sundrop. We put the home back in hometown radio. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Back to the top of the lineup for Post 51 as we go to the 4th inning. And boy, Russ Wacker's just really been tough on Post 51 here tonight, facing the minimum through 3 innings. No-hitter here, though, because Brett Barrier had a 1-out single back in the 1st inning, wiped out on a double play.
Now batting center fielder number 2, Garrett Freeze. It's ball 1.
Freeze grounded out to first base his first time up.
Ball 2. High and away.
Trying to get something started here in the 4th inning.
Strike.
Got that outside corner with a fastball. Shane Reedy, the coach at first base for Post 51. Tommy Small, the head coach at third. That's strike 2.
Leave it up all day long. Just got to call that right.
Post 51 fans didn't like the high strike call. 2-2. Weiker's 2-2. Almost hit him with a breaking ball.
I think it hit him, but after the ball was already on the ground.
So 3-2. So payoff pitch to Garrett Freeze. Hit it to first again, and that'll be an easy out over there at first base for David Singletary.
And now batting, number 6, the shortstop, Brett Bayo.
Barrier singled his first time up. Had a costly error in the first inning when he could not field that ball at shortstop. That led to the first 2 runs. Outside for a ball. Nice breaking ball, hits the inside corner, evens it at 1-1. On deck, pitcher Ryan Ross. Popped it up and out of play.
Oh, if left to jump, you don't know if it's going to hit.
Yeah, it's probably not going to hit us very likely because the way of the netting here behind home plate kind of curves forward. So it's going to, if it goes straight up like it would come here, it would probably fall outside. There's a ball high and away, so it's
2-2.
2-2 now to Barrier. See if Barrier can get something started here.
Swing and a miss.
Tied him up inside with a fastball, and that is out number 2.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 16, Ryan Ross.
Russ Weaker's now got 4 strikeouts. No walks. He's given up 1 hit.
He's pitching a great game.
Ross hadn't been bad. 2 unearned runs in the first inning.
Strike.
Then a leadoff walk that was manufactured into a run back in the 3rd inning.
If I'm not mistaken, Ross also struck out 4 battles. So
yep, he's got 4. There's a base hit into left field. Second hit of the game for Post 51.
And let's see if number 19, Nick Coble, the third baseman, can get Ross on.
Now Coble could, with one swing of the bat, tie this thing, or not tie it up, but
make it 3-2.
Yeah, make it almost a new ball game. Tyler Thomas on deck with a big bat as well.
See if Ross will try to steal.
Fastball for a strike. Fouled. Whoa. You heard the noise there. That's hitting the top of the dugout right across where Tyler Thomas will retrieve the ball, but that was a vicious line drive into the gold facade above the dugout on the first base side.
Whoa.
Oh, that one goes all the way back, then bounces straight back to the pitcher. No chance to advance for Ross, who's at first base.
It's probably 90 miles or more that ball was throwing.
That ball was moving on.
2-2.
I don't think Zach Allman even touched it before it hit the backstop. That one's a 59-footer for a ball. 2-2.
Looked like the catcher for a second wasn't sure if he has the ball or not.
Maybe Deacon, that guy at first base, trying to trick him into trying to run, thinking it got away.
3-2. Still alive.
Got a piece of the breaking ball, stays alive.
And I'm a bit surprised Ross is not running, considering there's 2 out and it's 3-2 pitch.
Ross probably not your fastest runner. That was down low. 3-2.
Oh, so that was 3-2. So
yep.
That was ball full.
Yeah, that one was about shoe top high as it crossed the plate. Let's see if Coble gets something good to hit here. You don't want to bring the tying run to the plate. Off the end of the bat.
Was that ball drop?
No. Second baseman does a good job getting out there to field the ball, and the post 51 hit goes by the board as the second baseman. Looks like that's Matt Lambert out there to catch out number 3.
So going to the top of the fifth here on Radio Free Cabarrus, it's Stanley Post 76-3, Concord Post 51, nothing.
Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy. Fast, friendly, affordable. It's got all the modern conveniences, and they have free delivery. That's Cannon Pharmacy. You can go on the internet, cannonpharmacies.com. 6 great locations to serve you. 2 in Kannapolis, the new location in Concord. That's at Cabarrus Avenue at Concord Parkway. Also location in Charlotte and Mooresville. That's Cannon Pharmacies. Great hometown service. Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy. State Senator Fletcher Hartzell Jr. would like to thank the many teachers, coaches, parents, and volunteers who work so hard to provide opportunities for our young people. School activities like athletics, bands, and clubs provide students with opportunities to learn and develop, and those activities can't be accomplished without many people who put in countless hours to support them. State Senator Hartzell would like to say thank you to each of you who help your building a better community. State Senator Hartzell also would like to thank you for your continued support and input as he represents you in Raleigh, paid for by Fletcher Hartzell State Senator Committee. The Trading Post on Radio Free Cabarrus, both audio and text version, updated every week. That's the Trading Post on Radio Free Cabarrus.
Okay, folks, welcome back. Here on Radio Free Cabarrus, I'm Shaked Bar-tal, joined along by Mark Plemmons. It's 3-0 Stanley. Post 76 leading the Concord Post 51, and leading off for Post 76, number 15. Number 15, let's see, was number 15. That is the leader, Tevel Wilson. Here's the pitch by Ross. And it's a ball, looks like could have been called a strike, but apparently not to be the case, so 1-0. There's a pitch by Ross. Once again, looks like a very good pitch from well standing and sitting folks, but it's 2-0. That is a swing and a foul ball, and it's 2-1.
So falling behind on the leadoff man here and the leadoff hitter. Ross is retired. Wilson on a strikeout and on a fly out to left field.
Foul ball. The Price is not trying to bunt.
That's the old ouch as he hit it off his foot, and he's hobbling back to home plate.
He's been trying to bunt the last 2 times he was up.
Yeah, he's got Coble sitting at the edge of the grass, so the element of surprise may be gone. That one bounces. Yeah. Lead-off walk, that's always bad.
Especially when you have a speedy runner at first. Now batting, number 18, Rusty Brown.
Always, you hate to see that leadoff man get on, but even worse when you walk him because it gets in the pitcher's head just a little bit.
And if I'm Ross, I definitely keep an eye on Wilson at first. Looks like he's a speedy runner and he might try to steal.
Brown at home plate scored 2 of the 3 runs. He's walked and reached on an error.
Like he tried to put a bunt down, but decided not to at the end, so 1-0.
Not sure if that was bunting for a base hit or he had it squared out there and pulled it back.
And that should be a double play if they do it right. Wow. Only got one out.
Big bounce, and Brown's a speedy runner. When Herlocker looked over to first base, he thought, well, I'm just going to stick this one in my back pocket. But they do get the lead runner. Fielder's choice puts Brown at first base now with one down. Goes 5-4 on the putout down at second here in the fifth inning.
And now batting number 23, Zach Almond.
Almond's the catcher. Got a wide open stance.
Throw back to first, safe.
Brown has 4 stolen bases in the ball game. Actually, check that, 3 stolen bases, and he got second on a pass ball. He's got a big lead.
Throw back. It was close, but it was safe.
Yeah, close play. Thomas had to catch the ball fairly high in the air and then bring the tag down. That was the difference in letting Brown get back.
And that should be 4-6-3 double play.
Well, let's see what happened here. It looked like there was some contact between the catcher and the batter. It turns out to be 1-4-3 on the double play. That ends the inning. And the catcher is hobbling back toward, I don't know
that is,
exactly what happened, but
now looking double play.
Yes, it was. Well, let's go to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's still 3-0 Stanley County. See if Concord Post 51 can get something on the board.
Kick your boring lunch to the curb with Pizza Hut's unlimited lunch buffet. Dive into limitless pizzas straight from the oven and rich Tuscany pastas. And don't forget the crisp salads and freshly baked desserts. Your favorites are always hot, delicious, and ready when you are. So send the cold cuts packing and head to the unlimited lunch buffet. Not valid for delivery. Dine-in or carry-out varies by location. Lunch times, prices, buffet selection, and participation may vary.
Read all about it in the Independent Tribune. That's your hometown newspaper. The Independent Tribune, independenttribune.com, features local news, features, and everything you want to know about Cabarrus County and Southern Rowan County. And, of course, they're published on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The unifying voice of Greater Cabarrus County is the Independent Tribune. And, of course, lots of special features online at the Independent Tribune, including some video from time to time. To subscribe, call 704-789-9162.
Whether it's roaming through strawberry fields or on the Grand Strand, all the good time rock and roll is right here. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Got the bottom of the fifth inning. Concord still trying to find some way to get on the board. Trailing 3-0. 2 unearned runs in the first inning. Got Stanley County started, and then another run added in the third inning. So it's been a pretty good pitcher's duel so far, but right now Concord on the short end of it here in the first game of the conference season for both these two teams.
And leading off the bottom of the fifth, the first baseman, number 22, Tyler Thomas.
Thomas, strikeout victim his first time up, and he looked like he was really struggling with that lefty out on the mound, Russ Weicker. Weicker's been very tough.
Let's see if he will make any adjustment, Thomas.
Threw him off speed low the first 2 pitches last time. This time high off speed pitch and came up empty.
0-1. That is
fastball, and he drilled it, but it's going to be playable. Center fielder out there, Trevor Wilson, tracks that one down. Went back 3 or 4 steps, hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark at 355. That's a noisy first out.
And now batting, number 21, right fielder, Parker Anderson.
Henderson flew out to center field his first time up. That one bounced up there for ball 1.
And Coach Smollett to chase after that ball.
He'll rub it up and hand deliver to the home plate umpire. They're having a little conversation now as the pitcher and the catcher are conversing.
And I still see action in the Stanley County bullpen. I believe it's number 3 now, tossing around the ball.
Noah Crisco. Zach Allman makes his way back behind home plate. Doesn't look like he's limping quite as badly as he was when he went to the dugout after that little collision at home plate a few moments ago.
That ball is
Henderson
going to stay in
high.
play. Let's see, we'll catch it. The second baseman will. 2 out.
So Lambert comes up with the catch and quickly
Infield
2
fly.
out. Yeah, just popped it up a mile in the air. Catcher Jacob Rawson will come in now. Rawson grounded to second his first time up. Only 2 hits for Post 51. 2 base runners. One of those wiped out by a double play back in the first inning. That was down low for a ball. 3-0, bottom of the 5th inning. Been a beautiful night for baseball after the rain's cleared out.
Yeah, you can almost see a rainbow.
Yeah, the clouds back center field. Looks like as you look back toward Flo Store and A.T. Allen area, that was grounded foul. You see blue and red and pink and kind of a multicolored sky.
The good thing about the rain, it's not humid right now as it was before the rain started. 2-1. Actually 3-1.
So Rawson trying to work his way on here in the 5th inning with 2 outs. That one's strike 3 call. Rawson, actually it's strike 2. Rawson was headed to first base as well.
I would also done that. Looks like a questionable call to me.
Not sure. I'm not sure if it caught the inside or not. They just called him out, and that was kind of a. I'm not sure if that one. The first one looked more of a strike than that one. So Post 51 goes 1-2-3. At strikeout number 5 by Weicker, and we go to the 6th inning. Our score: Stanley County 3, Post 51 0.
Cabarrus County is a great place to live and work and boasts so many wonderful attributes, and that's where the focus is for Cabarrus Living Magazine, a full-color publication right here in Cabarrus County. You can read about people, places, and events that make Cabarrus County such a great place. Cabarrus Living is published every other month, and you can look for your copy at many locations across the community or simply log on CabarrusLivingMagazine.com. You can see the current issue. You can see past issues. That's Cabarrus Living Magazine. Check it out. We believe you'll enjoy it. Wilkinson Funeral Home is proud to offer the very best in personal and professional service to you and your family in your time of need. They're nestled on a peaceful 16-acre hilltop off Branchview Drive in Concord, and a full-service funeral home that recognizes the importance of tradition and faith, and they strive to create services as unique as your loved one. They also offer a variety of options for pre-planning. You can relieve your family of the burden of making those decisions in a time of emergency. Call Wilkinson Funeral Home 704-786-3168.
We put the home back in hometown radio. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Heading to the top of the 6th is still Post 76-3, Concord Post 51-0. Here on Radio Free Cabarrus.
Looks like Ryan Ross continued to work for Concord here in the 6th inning. He'll have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up with Vance Deese, Derek Tucker, and David Singletary.
Leading off for Post 76, number 12, Vince Deans.
Deese is the designated hitter today. He's got a ground out, drove in one of the runs. Drove in that 3rd run with that ground out they sort of manufactured after the leadoff walk into 3rd. Grounded to short.
Burial should make a good throw, and he does. 1 out. One pitch, 1 out.
You like to see that get your starting pitcher even further down the line. That goes 6-3 on the put out.
Now batting, number 2, Derek Tucker.
Tucker had a 2-run single back in the 1st inning, drove in the first 2 runs of the ball game. He's also grounded out to the pitcher. Foul that one into the screen. Shaked's jumping again. Shaked's worse than I am, and I'm really bad.
No, I got to go tomorrow.
So 0-1.
We haven't done those yet. We just didn't have time, but my room is like really organized.
Strike.
Hit that outside corner, 0-2. Ross getting ahead. That's what you like to see your pitcher do. Get ahead in that count. Tried to get him to chase that ball off the outside edge. Ball
1-2.
We're at Central Cabarrus, home of Concord Post 51 this season.
Swing in the middle.
Chased it. He'll have to throw him out.
And he does. Great throw by Rosson to Thomas. 1 out, 2 out.
Strikeout number 5 unofficially now for Ryan Ross.
And now batting number 8, David Singletary, who last at bat almost hit a home run.
Hit that deep fly ball that Mitchell Helms tracked down near the left field fence.
Strike 1.
Quickly getting ahead in the count. Three to nothing, our score here in the 6th.
1-1.
Breaking ball didn't quite make it up there. Home plate umpire doing double duty. He's retrieving the ball today.
Yeah, apparently they don't have a ball boy volunteering you.
So 1 ball, 1 strike.
No, he didn't. I mean, the it's a great school.
Hit hard and past Coble into left field for a base hit.
I'm not sure if that will be a base hit or E3 on the third baseman.
No, that's going to be, we'll score that a hit all the way. Coble was there, got the glove down, but it got scooted just past him. As a hard hit ball, and Singletary will reach. That's the 3rd hit for Stanley County.
Now batting number 10, Brian Belton.
Blanton's struck out and grounded out. 2 outs in the inning, though, with a runner at first.
That ball is hit very well. Let's see, it's going to be dropped.
Yeah, that ball just chinked in over there. Just is Mark Hargrove used to say that's the it's a chinker. You hit it. You had a pretty good swing at it, but you didn't hit it hard, and it just hits in between somebody.
Yeah, that ball landed between the second baseman, Bellier, and the center fielder.
Yeah, Freeze was coming hard. Mitchell Helms was coming hard from left field, and it dunked in over Brett Barrier's head at shortstop. So a pair of 2-out singles now, and that was hit number 4.
That ball is going to be foul and near the post 51 dugout.
Hit that one back toward the Central Cabarrus building. Graduations in Cabarrus County start tomorrow at the Cabarrus Arena and Event Center. Pitches upstairs. Of course, Independent Tribune today reporting some news that the principals of both A.L. Brown and Central Cabarrus are resigning to take jobs in Mecklenburg County. Lynn Reimer leaving here at Central Cabarrus. Pitches outside. She is headed to North Mecklenburg over in Huntersville to be the principal next year. And Kevin Gary at A.L. Brown is leaving to be the principal at Mallard Creek. Both of them would actually chasing back to second. Tucker Singletary's back there, and he's back safely. Both getting significant pay raises going to Charlotte Mecklenburg.
Yeah, can't blame them for taking a job with a better pay raise.
2-2 now. Reimer getting a $24,000 a year raise. Gary about $27,000 a year. And again, you read all about that in the Independent Tribune. Swing and a miss.
So going to the bottom of the 6th is still post 76 3, post 51 nothing.
Cabarrus County is a great place to live and work and boasts so many wonderful attributes, and that's where the focus is for Cabarrus Living Magazine, a full-color publication right here in Cabarrus County. You can read about people, places, and events that make Cabarrus County such a great place. Cabarrus Living is published every other month, and you can look for your copy at many locations across the community or simply log on CabarrusLivingMagazine.com. You can see the current issue. You can see past issues. That's Cabarrus Living Magazine. Check it out. We believe you'll enjoy it. Wilkinson Funeral Home is proud to offer the very best in personal and professional service to you and your family in your time of need. They're nestled on a peaceful 16-acre hilltop off Branchview Drive in Concord, and a full-service funeral home that recognizes the importance of tradition and faith, and they strive to create services as unique as your loved one. They also offer a variety of options for pre-planning. You can relieve your family of the burden of making those decisions in a time of emergency. Call Wilkinson Funeral Home 704-786-3168.
We put the home back in hometown radio. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Well, we're starting to get late, Skid. We're in the sixth inning, 3-0. Been pretty much a pitcher's duel here. Post 51 with just 2 hits, 4 hits for Stanley County, 2 unearned runs, and then a walk that was turned into a run by Stanley County. They've been able to manufacture this lead at 3-0.
And leading off for Concord, Post 51, number 8, second baseman Garrett Olakill.
So Herlocker stands in, working against the lefty Weicker.
Ball 1. We're going to need to say strike, but just missed.
1-0.
Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Had a big cut. Thought something right there in his wheelhouse and just did not get quite around on it. It's 1-1. That's upstairs.
2-1.
That's one of those that comes in. You're not sure if it's a breaking ball, if it's going to drop down in, and that one just enough of a speed change to it to kind of trick you, but he laid off. Good cut foul.
1-2.
300 down both lines here at Central Cabarrus, and 355 to dead away center field where the American flag is hanging limp on the foul pole or flagpole.
That ball is hit sharply, but second baseman to throw him out. 1 out.
So 1 down as Herlocker grounds out to second as Lambert throws him out.
We'll bring up number 12, left fielder Mitchell Helms.
Helms digging in.
That is a very well hit, but it's caught by the right fielder.
So quickly 2 outs after the first pitch swing by Helms. So we go back to the top of the lineup and Garrett Freeze. Freeze 0 for 2. He's hit 2 balls to the first baseman.
We'll try to hit to someone else besides the first baseman.
See if he can turn around on one. He's tried to go the opposite way. First 2 times, hit it right to the first baseman. Took a cut, fouled it off.
That got close to us, folks.
Yes, it did. But it's a really sturdy net in front of us. Strike 1. Pitch is high and away, and Hallman does a good job coming up out of his stance and spearing that one. If that one had got through and hit that fence, that would have scared us both.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Just missed.
Good eye.
Good looking fastball, but it was off the corner. 2-1. Brett Barrier on deck, but 2 outs in the inning here in the 6th. Ooh, had a good cut at a high off-speed pitch and straight back into the screen.
2-2. See if he tried to put him away with a sinker, or will he go for the fastball? That ball is foul, heading toward the football field.
In the next week or so, they should start the new synthetic turf on the Vikings football stadium down the hill. And that'll be an E on the second baseman as Lambert tried to backhand that bouncing ball and just didn't come up with it cleanly.
I believe it's, yeah, Lambert. Yeah, that is definitely an error. We'll bring up number 6, Brett Bayer, the shortstop.
So Barrier singled his first time up, struck out last time, but 2 outs now, a runner on.
Let's see if we can get on base for Abo, can tie it up with 1 swing.
Had a good cut, fouled it straight back. First error of the day for Post 76.
Let's see if Frizz might try to steal base. Strike. 0-2.
Flat curveball that just kind of sidewinded its way across the plate. That I don't think we've seen that very often here tonight.
No, that was a beautiful pitch.
Upstairs with fastball. 1-2. Hiker looks like he comes a little more 3/4 when he's working from the stretch.
That ball, the first baseman will tag him out.
So 3 unassisted as Barrier goes down.
And into the top of the 7, it's Post 76-3, Post 51, nothing here on Radio Free Cabarrus.
Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy. Fast, friendly, affordable. It's got all the modern conveniences, and they have free delivery. That's Cannon Pharmacy. You can go on the internet, cannonpharmacies.com. 6 great locations to serve you. 2 in Kannapolis, the new location in Concord. That's at Cabarrus Avenue at Concord Parkway. Also location in Charlotte and Mooresville. That's Cannon Pharmacies. Great hometown service. Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy.
Kick your boring lunch to the curb with Pizza Hut's unlimited lunch buffet. Dive into limitless pizzas straight from the oven and rich Tuscany pastas. And don't forget the crisp salads and freshly baked desserts. Your favorites are always hot, delicious, and ready when you are. So send the cold cuts packing and head to the unlimited lunch buffet. Not valid for delivery. Dine-in or carry-out varies by location. Lunch times, prices, buffet selection, and participation may vary.
Proud to be your hometown station. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
As we go to the 7th inning, Post 51's got a new pitcher, Caleb Klutz. We'll have to see where he bats in the lineup. So Klutz, a junior, right-hander. Looks like he got a pretty good fastball.
And I think 16 Abba staying in the game is probably going to be...
Yeah, looks like he's going over to first base, so Tyler Thomas may be checking out of the lineup now. So we'll put Ryan Ross at first base. We'll see when they come to the plate, but I'm pretty sure that they'll have Klutz batting in the Thomas spot. Not sure if you can move somebody, the pitcher, out into a designated hitter spot or what, but
leading off, it's number 5, Brian Stevens.
Tried to bunt, just got the bat turned a little too much and got it foul.
Yes, that is not how you want to bunt, folks.
Well, it's a pretty good technique. Just turn the handle a little too quick. Trying to drop it down to a little drag bunt. 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1.
If you're going to bunt, considering there is a pitcher now playing first base, you might want to test them out and put a bunt near him. 2-1. 3-1.
Pitch getting away. Klutz, after 6 innings of work from Ryan Ross on the mound.
And that is ball 4.
So leadoff walk for Brian Stevens.
This is not the way you want to start the game by pitching. Now batting leadoff, the leader feeder, number 15, Trevor Wilson.
Wilson reached on a walk his last time up.
And we have a pitch runner.
Got a runner now. Number 13's coming in for number 5.
And number 13 is Luke Boris. He's going to run in for Stevens.
So Burris comes in as a runner here in the 7th. Thinking maybe that run number 4 could be potentially a good one. There's a good breaking ball.
It looked like Wilson might have tried to bunt. But it pulled the bat away.
0-1 pitch from Klutz. He'll throw to first instead. Back safely is Burris.
Burris must be a faster. She's a pinch runner. And
all the way to the backstop, and the runner will advance on the wild pitch. Rawson tried to backhand that one, couldn't come up with it. First wild pitch of the ball game. We've had a pass ball already. Breaking ball hits the outside corner.
And it's 1-2.
A funky looking curveball, doesn't he?
Yeah. Sure is.
Nobody out runner at second. It's 3-0 already. Stanley County threatening.
And that will advance the runner to third. 1 out.
That's textbook baseball. Hit it to the right side with nobody out. And
now,
Wilson goes down 4-3, but there's one down, the runner at third.
If you're post 51, do you want the speedy guy Brown try to set up the double play?
No, they're pulling the infield in at the edge of the grass, trying to cut off a potential run. So anything hit on the ground, they're probably try to come home with it. Curveball just missed.
It looked like a great pitch. Just inch low.
1 ball, no strikes. Grounded back through the middle. It's going to be fielded by Barrier. Looks the runner back, throws to first. Now the throw to the plate. He's going to be out.
Wow.
Great play. That's as good a double play as you're ever going to see. 6-3-2 on the double play, and that ends the inning. Wow.
I thought Boris was clearly going to be safe.
When he dove, good tag by Rawson. And we were looking straight down the barrel of it, straight up the line, and Coach Behringer is going to come over and argue. But got the glove in, got the hand, got the forearm just as that hand was reaching out for the plate. So very nice play by Rawson at home plate. A good turn.
I think the reason it was not able to score is because Boris took his time, look at the runner at second. Instead of going straight on with 2 out, he's supposed to go on.
Well, there's only 1 out, so when Barrier feels that ball, he looks square at him. He said, "You run, I'm throwing." He had a runner at home plate running to first that he had time still to get it, and Ross did a perfect job of getting the ball at home plate. Nice play by post 51. Let's see if they get some excitement here in the home half of the 7th. 3-0 our score. Time to everybody stretch them out. Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy. Fast, friendly, affordable. It's got all the modern conveniences, and they have free delivery. That's Cannon Pharmacy. You can go on the internet, cannonpharmacies.com. 6 great locations to serve you. 2 in Kannapolis, the new location in Concord. That's at Cabarrus Avenue at Concord Parkway. Also location in Charlotte and Mooresville. That's Cannon Pharmacies. Great hometown service. Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy.
Kick your boring lunch to the curb with Pizza Hut's unlimited lunch buffet. Dive into limitless pizzas straight from the oven and rich Tuscany pastas. And don't forget the crisp salads and freshly baked desserts. Your favorites are always hot, delicious, and ready when you are. So send the cold cuts packing and head to the unlimited lunch buffet. Not valid for delivery. Dine-in or carry-out varies by location. Lunch times, prices, buffet selection, and participation may vary.
Proud to be your hometown station. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the bottom of the 7th You apparently didn't think God Bless America would take me out to the ball game. Leading off to Concord, number 16, Ryan Ross. They're trailing 3-0. And that ball is low and away. Ball 1.
Again, we at least did our own personal 7th inning stretch, even if nobody else did.
Swing and a miss. Like he was trying to pull the bat away, but it was too late.
Ross has got 1 hit and 3 trips, also hit into a double play. Foul that one off. That was the one we had to worry about. It went straight up and hit that arc across the top. Coble fields it at the on-deck circle.
1-2.
That one, exact same spot.
Yeah, I guess I will have to sit down.
Oh, you don't have to sit down, but take a load off.
It's the scariest spot that you don't know where the ball is going to land. A foul ball. That ball
popped it up on the infield, and the shortstop says he's got it and does.
1 out.
That's Brian Blanton making the catch of the pop out. So here in the 7th, 1 out. Ross is retired.
Now batting number 19, Nick Coble. Coble, yes.
Coble struck out and popped up to the second baseman.
It's getting late here for Concord.
Hits it hard, but the second baseman Lambert will field and fire.
2 away. Now batting number 4, the pitcher, Caleb Klutz.
So Caleb Klutz bats for the first time. He's batting in the spot that Tyler Thomas had to begin the game. Down low for a ball. Klutz, thanks to that nifty double play, pitched a scoreless top of the 7th inning.
Swing and a miss.
He was late on that one.
1-1.
Walker's making short work here in the 7th inning.
1-2, great. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, he just pounded that fastball until Klutz proves he can catch up to it. He's probably going to get the old number 1.
And he sure again was impressive.
1, 2, 3 goes post 51 in the 7th.
And we are going to the top of the 8th.
So as we go to the 8th, 3-0 in favor of Stanley County. I'm trying to get my wits about me.
Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy. Fast, friendly, affordable. It's got all the modern conveniences, and they have free delivery. That's Cannon Pharmacy. You can go on the internet, cannonpharmacies.com. 6 great locations to serve you. 2 in Kannapolis, the new location in Concord. That's at Cabarrus Avenue at Concord Parkway. Also location in Charlotte and Mooresville. That's Cannon Pharmacies. Great hometown service. Your hometown drugstore is Cannon Pharmacy.
Kick your boring lunch to the curb with Pizza Hut's unlimited lunch buffet. Dive into limitless pizzas straight from the oven and rich Tuscany pastas. And don't forget the crisp salads and freshly baked desserts. Your favorites are always hot, delicious, and ready when you are. So send the cold cuts packing and head to the unlimited lunch buffet. Not valid for delivery. Dine-in or carry-out varies by location. Lunch times, prices, buffet selection, and participation may vary.
Proud to be your hometown station. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Well, Caleb Klutz will work his 2nd inning here as we go to the 8th inning. Job right now, hold them right where they are because post 51 trails 3-0, and they hope to have an opportunity to try to claw back into this ball game. I remind you, the Cabarrus County Fair coming up in September. They're getting ready for the fair. It's not going to be that long until we'll start seeing catalogs and people have an opportunity to get those entries ready.
Yeah,
strike one to Allman.
Speaking of August, September, football is coming up right around the corner, folks.
August the 22nd. If you look at our football page on RadioFreeCabarrus.com, we've got a countdown clock. I must admit that is not an original thought on that countdown clock. Phil Furr, the athletic director up at Mount Pleasant, had set one up and sent it out. I found out where you could get one, and I put one on our webpage too. 2-1 now to Allman. Actually, yeah, that is Allman. Down low as Rawson has to reach out and grab it.
Yeah, it looks like Rawson got crossed up on that pitch.
So Klutz with a 3-1 pitch coming. He crushed it into the gap, and let's see, that's going to go all the way to the fence and be extra bases.
Yeah,
and Allman will have the first extra base hit of the night, cruising in with a double. So our first extra base hit of the night. That's the first hit off of Klutz.
Now batting number 12, Vince Diss.
So you got the cleanup hitter up now against Klutz. See if you got nobody out, man at second.
The last thing Concord can afford is to give up a run.
In the dirt, good stop by Rawson. Vance Deese, strikeout, grounded out twice. Grounds it to short. The runner will go to third. Good dig at first base. We got a new first baseman in at number 21 for Post 51, and that is Parker Henderson. So Henderson's moved in from the outfield to first base.
That was a bit risky play by Allman, because you're supposed to usually, when the ball is around third base, you're not supposed to run. You're supposed to stand back.
The ball was hit softly, though. Barrier had to charge. If he breaks to third and can get past Barrier before Barrier can get to the ball, then that means he's got a decision to make. Am I going to make a risky on-and-run throw to third, or am I going to try to throw to first base and get the more sure out? And the safer play is to throw to first. It's a risky play to throw to third. So one down now, the runner at third.
Infield is in. Wow, that was a very late, ugly-looking swing, folks.
Hard breaking ball that fell about 6 inches off the plate. In fact, Rawson had to reach out there and snag it. That was another breaking ball. That was a little bit more off speed, looked like, but 2-2. Couldn't get him to chase that time. As Derek Tucker, he's got a 2-run single in 3 trips. Powder River, strike 3 call. Rung him up. That didn't look like a strike.
Yeah, I agree. Question is, did they get him on the swing?
I don't think he swung. That's 2 strikes. 2 outs, pardon me. First strikeout for Klutz. Good fastball. It looked like it might have been upstairs, though.
Now batting David Singletary, number 8.
Got the curveball over.
Wow, that is a strike. Look like
the batter gave up on it too soon on that one. That was probably closer to a strike than the other, but the only pitch miss is 1-1. You look how Rawson caught that ball. That ball was coming toward that inside corner like he expected, but the batter wasn't expecting that break. Here's grounder to Coble. Oh, and Henderson can't field it at first, and that's going to be an error, and that will be another unearned run, and it's 4-0 as Allman comes across to score.
And you could see this coming. The throw by Coble was horrible, folks. It was down, low, and away. He had plenty of time to make a good throw.
Yeah, it looked like just a low throw. I think he took something off of it, thinking, I'm not going to throw this real hard, and when Henderson came up to try to field it, he just could not come up with it cleanly.
That was an E3, folks.
Well, I think we're going to call that error on the third baseman. E5.
Oh, E5, yeah, correct. And great catch by
one of the Post 51 players over in the well over there where they all sit in between batters.
I'm surprised he's not standing up so the fans can clap him.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. It's Clutch trying to get out of the inning. A leadoff double. Looked like he had gotten out of the inning, but the fourth error of the day for Post 51 comes back to haunt them. Now 3 of the 4 runs unearned. Runner going.
Low throw, safe.
Stolen base. Had a pretty good jump, and Singletary's down at second. Bunch of stolen bases.
Yeah, at least 4 stolen bases. Stanley County has so far tonight, if not 5.
2-2 now the count.
Clubs need to get out of it. Swing and a miss.
Wow, he vicious curveball there, wasn't it?
That was a ball. I think he swung that, but they still managed to get a run heading to the bottom of the 8th. It's now 4-0. Post 76 leading Post 51.
In the early 1950s, something really exciting happened right here in Concord, and it's been here ever since. It's the smooth, refreshing taste of Sundrop. Now, some of the faces have changed over the years, of course, but one thing that has not changed is the smooth citrus taste of an ice-cold Sundrop. You know something else that hasn't changed? It's Sundrop's involvement in Concord and the surrounding communities. Sundrop, hometown folks providing you with the taste you've come to enjoy for years and years and years. So next time you're grocery shopping, pick up Sundrop in your favorite flavor. After all, the folks at Sundrop, from delivery drivers, warehouse staff, and the management team, work hard every day to bring you the refreshing, smooth taste of Sundrop. Sundrop, the official soft drink of Radio Free Cabarrus. Nothing like a Sundrop. We put the home back in hometown radio. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Leading off the bottom of the 8th, trailing 4-0. It's number 21, the first baseman, Parker Anderson. It's time for Concord to get on the board.
4-0 their score, and Russ Weicker has gone all the way. He's been brilliant so far.
That is the ball. 1-0.
Big Moon out in left center field.
A beautiful sighting, folks. Swing and a miss.
Big cut by Henderson came up empty.
1-1.
Laid off. Good job that time laying off that high pitch.
2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Infield fly, catch by the second baseman, 1 out.
Yeah, Lambert came up with that one rather easily, and that's a quick out here to start the 8th inning.
Now batting number 7, the catcher, Jacob Rawson.
Rawson 0 for 2. Strikeout victim his last time up.
Swing and a miss.
Came up a little empty there. Kid, turn and look. We'll take your picture here.
One.
Getting a few pictures in here in the inning here of some live action broadcasting.
Wow, that looked like a great pitch. Surprised which was the ball.
Must have missed just off the corner. That was upstairs, right across the tops of his shoulders.
3-1.
So, see if Rawson can get something to hit here.
And he
Boy,
does,
he hit a long way, but foul.
Foul near the football field.
Down in that direction.
They need a ball boy.
3-2. 2 runs in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 4-0 the score. Stanley County with the lead. Fouls it off, staying alive.
And unfortunately, safe to say, most of the run Stanley County is on tonight are on.
3 unearned runs. Here in the first inning led to runs. A leadoff walk in the third led to a run. And then that double and an error led to another one. So 4 errors for Post 51. 1 for Stanley County. It's proved to be harmless. Weicker just bent one right onto the outside corner, and Rawson knew it. He just couldn't pull the trigger in time.
Now batting, number 8, second baseman, Garrett
Herlocker.
That's like the former NFL player for the Bills.
Yep. Herlocker instead of Erlocker.
I don't believe they're related.
No, I'm pretty sure they're not. Spelled differently for one thing. That doesn't always mean anything. Pumps a strike through there for a 1-1 count.
Once again, I see action in the Stanley County bullpen. I'm guessing they're just tossing around the ball to stay warm.
Strike 2 with the breaking ball.
Low
He
strike.
been a beauty off there. Herlocker didn't like the call, but pretty good pitch. 1-2.
Wow.
I'm not sure where that one was.
Maybe a makeup call?
Maybe. Zach Allman was ready to head to the dugout. 2-2.
Oh,
Swing and a miss. It's got away.
And it's going to be safe.
A strikeout. And he reached base. So maybe Post 51's fortunes have changed.
Post 51 is still alive. Now batting, number 12, left fielder, Mitchell Ems.
So Helms comes to the plate with a runner at first. 4-0 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Post 51 down to their last 4 outs here in this ball game. That one's down low, and Helms does a good job signaling to Herlocker at first. It didn't get through.
1-0.
Popped up foul.
Well, but foul.
Hit that one into the trees down the right side now to play. 1-1. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Call that one a strike, and he waited a long time, too, to call it.
Look at the umpire.
Look high and away there, but I'm not sure if he realizes how tall this batter is. 1-2. Time called.
Looks like the umpire is in a hurry to go get the Pizza Hut and a sun drop.
1-2. The last couple innings, he's had a couple of calls that have looked odd. That's a shot to left field. Is it playable?
I think it is.
Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it.
Oh, my gosh.
You're going to have runners at second and third after the ball is dropped up near the fence, and I think that's got to be an error.
It sure is. I think Olaker could have scored and they decide to run all the way.
Well, I think he thought it was going to be an easy out. Helms hit the ball hard, but the left fielder, Rusty Brown, gets to the ball and then dropped it.
And we have a pitch
We'll
change. See. Yes, that is definitely clear error by the left fielder.
So Weicker goes 7 2/3 innings. No runs to this point. The 2 runners on base at second and third belong to him.
And I think number 6 is pitching. Number 9, actually.
Number 9,
Justin Crump. So Crump will come on. Crump, a right-handed pitcher, and he'll take his warm-up tosses. I'm guessing that most of the Post 51 batters are glad to see number 24 take a seat.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure how Crump throws here, so we better wait and see if that's a good thing or not.
Post 51 is alive because of a strikeout that the catcher was unable to get it, and then second ago error by the left fielder, drop ball.
Crump looks like he throws hard. He's out there throwing BBs.
Hard and high.
Yeah. Question may be, can he throw strikes? That one was a strike, looked like. Garrett Freeze will be the man up there with 2 outs. The runners at second and third. And Post 51's first base runner as far as second base tonight.
Yeah, second or third base, yeah.
Got a runner on the first, wiped out with a double play. Got a runner in the 4th inning. He was stranded at first. That was Ryan Ross. Then Freeze reached on an error on the second baseman in the 6th inning. He's stranded at first base. But right now, Garrett Herlocker, who reached on a strikeout, is at third base. Mitchell Helms down at second. He reached on what we're calling an error on that long drive to left field that Rusty Brown looked like was going to catch and then dropped it right in front of the fence.
This is the best chance, and probably the best chance that Post 51 will have tonight for remaining of the game. We'll have to take advantage of that, at least score 2 runs and make it a game.
Yeah, you'd like to scratch for something here. You don't have to score 4 in the 9th or more. I'm going to go out and talk to Crump, and Garrett Freeze will step to the plate. Freeze grounded to first twice and reached on the error by the second baseman. Hit that ball back through the middle that Lambert had trouble fielding.
I know it's 2 out, but with the first baseman staying so far off the bag, do you dare try a bunt?
That's not a bad idea if you can push it past the pitcher. Pitch is high for ball 1. He's working from a windup with runners at second and third. That means that man down at second gets a big jump. Swing and a miss as Freeze came up with a big cut, but empty.
He's definitely not trying to bunt, but I think he's going to be successful if he does it.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Swinging for the fence.
Brett Barrier's on deck. There are 2 outs in the inning. Runners at second and third. Had a good cut there. Kind of tomahawked that one that was just above the letters.
1 and 2.
Still alive. The runners take their lead. Crump will step off.
And meeting on the mound.
Trying to get together. They want to make sure they know what they want to throw.
That was a quick meeting, folks. 2-second meeting. Be exact.
Now the pitch. That one bounces up. Knocks Allman's face mask off. Evens the count 2 and 2. That was a good block that time by Allman, keeping it close. Down 4, you're probably not going to take it. Now we got a time called out on the field. Is it going to talk again on the mound? Is that a full moon tonight, Shakid?
It sure is.
Getting brighter as the night goes on.
This is a great weather for baseball, folks. Hopefully other games in the area are being played tonight.
We're not really sure. Kannapolis and Southern Rowan had back-to-back league games rained out on Tuesday and Wednesday night. We were under the impression they were playing a doubleheader yesterday. When our photographer of the Independent Tribune showed up, there was nobody there. That's down low, 3 and 2. So full count. You don't want to put the tie and run at the plate here.
Yeah, especially with the power batter.
Yeah, because you got Barrier standing in the on-deck circle. 3-2, it's ball 4.
And the tying runner is coming to the plate. 2 out, bottom of the 8. 4-0 Stanley County. Will a grand slam occur right here and right now?
Barrier's probably not a home run hitter, but
you never know.
He could make it interesting here with a gapper. We've got Garrett Herlocker at third, Mitchell Helms at second, and over at first, Garrett Freeze with the walk.
Ball one.
Almond came up like he wanted to throw back behind somebody, and I think that was more a bluff than anything. So 1-0 now to Barrier.
2-0.
That's nowhere near. And the big bopper, one of the big boppers is on deck for Post 51.
3-0. Wow.
With the bases loaded.
And 2 out.
I'm guessing Mr. Barrier has got the
red
take
light
sign, yeah.
Probably should take 2.
So the 3-0 pitch with the bases loaded and 2 outs. 8th inning. That's a strike.
Low strike.
Got that one on the inside corner. So Barrier now with a 3-1 pitch coming. Crump's next pitch is strike 2.
I think
that was close. That was close. It was near the knees and got a full count. Everybody will be running. The merry-go-round starts. The pitch is strike 3 called. And Barrier says, points to the outside part of the plate, and he's called out on strikes. And that is out number 3. So Post 51, Shaked strands the bases loaded in the 8th. And we're getting down to cases here. Got to hold them here in the 9th and hope for a big bottom of the 9th inning. 4-0 in favor of Stanley County.
Kick your boring lunch to the curb with Pizza Hut's unlimited lunch buffet. Dive into limitless pizzas straight from the oven and rich Tuscany pastas. And don't forget the crisp salads and freshly baked desserts. Your favorites are always hot, delicious, and ready when you are. So send the cold cuts packing and head to the unlimited lunch buffet. Not valid for delivery. Dine-in or carry-out varies by location. Lunch times, prices, buffet selection, and participation may vary.
Read all about it in the Independent Tribune. That's your hometown newspaper. The Independent Tribune, independenttribune.com, features local news, features, and everything you want to know about Cabarrus County and Southern Rowan County. And, of course, they're published on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The unifying voice of Greater Cabarrus County is the Independent Tribune. And, of course, lots of special features online at the Independent Tribune, including some video from time to time. To subscribe, call 704-789-9162.
Whether it's roaming through strawberry fields or on the Grand Strand, all the good time rock and roll is right here. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Well, we're in the top of the 9th inning. Well, I say we're at the top of the 9th. Isn't this the 9th inning?
It sure is.
Okay, I just haven't updated the scoreboard, I guess. It's 4-0, Stanley County with the lead. And Matt Lambert leads off. Going to foul that one off and out of play over into the woods. Hadn't seen many foul balls off on that direction, 1 or 2 early on.
0-1.
Luke Burris is the on-deck hitter. He came in as a pinch runner for Brian Stevens back in the 7th inning. Klutz off-speed breaking pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2. 2 strikeouts so far for Klutz and 2 innings of work.
That is not how you want to swing the bat.
Fastball upstairs.
1-2.
Lambert, Burris, and then back at the top of the lineup, and Trevor Wilson. Missed that one outside.
2-2. Oh, that is a perfect base hit, great at bat. You can hear the ball hitting the bat.
Klutz got that breaking ball up just a little bit. When he elevated that enough, Lambert just jumped on it.
Now batting number 13, Nick Boris.
Yeah, Luke Burrows standing in. Burrows, his first at bat, he came in as a pinch runner.
And his second at bat will bat 4, 6, 3. No! Wow.
Safe at first, so.
I'm not sure if it would have the double play, even if.
No, it was he was down the line pretty quick. That's just a good job of catching the lead runner. But one down now, the runner at first as Burrows reaches on a fielder's choice. Bunted it straight back to the pitcher. You got to either deaden it a little bit more or push it a little bit more directional.
Wilson himself is bunting. That is a better looking bunt, and he's going to be safe. Good job by Anderson to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, that's a good play. Henderson just knocked the ball down. Coble made a throw, threw it right into the ground. That's a base hit for Wilson as he just pushed that bunt up the third base side.
Yeah, that is how you want to bunt if you want to bunt it.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for much better bunt single than that one.
Now batting number 13, actually.
Yes, Rusty Brown standing up, I believe. Nice breaking ball, but drops out of the strike zone for ball one.
It's actually number 10.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We'll have to see who number 10 is. No, that's number 18.
Yeah, tough to see with the camouflage uniform.
2 balls, no strikes now to Brown. Brown scored 2 of the 4 runs without the 8 of a hit as far as he hasn't had a hit. Fastball straight through there, 2-1.
Yeah, Clark definitely don't want to walk him and load the base up with 1 out.
He hit in that odd double play.
3-1.
1 man out. Runners at first and second. A single to center, fielder's choice, and then a fouled off at the plate. Rawson couldn't hang on to it.
3-2.
And after that fielder's choice, a good bunt by Trevor Wilson for a base hit.
Here come the payoff pitch.
So 3-2 to Brown. That one's hit hard.
Sharply. It's going to be caught.
Garrett Freeze chases that one down.
Right catch by Freeze. I thought for seconds the ball might be dropped. But it stayed in the air just enough.
So 2 down with the number 3 hitter, Zach Allman, standing in. Doubled his last time up and scored. He's also hit into a double play, struck out, walked, and scored a run. He's got a stolen base in his back pocket, too.
He's been involved in many plays tonight.
Yes, he has.
Ball get away from Russ, and runner
would advance from second to third, but the runner at first holds.
I'm surprised he didn't try to steal Wilson. Looks like he has a pretty good speed.
And now with runners at first and third, they're going to give signs to the defenders what the play is going to be. If that runner goes to first, whether or not they're going to throw through, what different play they might do if the runner takes off from first. He is taking off, and they're going to.
And he's safe.
Yeah, he's safe. That's going to be a stolen base because there's no way they're going to throw Wilson out with that curveball. 2-0 to Allman. And they're going to put him up.
Potentially walk him.
So 3-0. They'll load the bases for Deese. Deese has got a ground out for an RBI, but otherwise he's 0 for 4. And Rawson has to catch the wide one. And it is ball 4, an intentional walk. First intentional walk of the night.
For either team.
Yep.
Bases are loaded.
So Deese stands in, the lefty. Top of the 9th inning, it's 4-0 Stanley County with the lead. 3 unearned runs. Post 51's had 4 errors in the game.
Ball 1, very high. Great job by Rossen to hold on to that ball. 1-0.
Ryan Ross gave up 3 runs in 6 innings.
2-0.
Caleb Klutz has given up 1 run to this point in his 2 2/3 innings of work.
I believe that run was unowned.
Yes, it was. It was an unearned run. Swing and a miss. Had a big cut of the fastball, foul tipped into Rawson's mitt. 2-1.
Yeah, this was trying to hit a grand slam. Just missed. 2-1.
And now Klutz pitch. Painted the outside corner for a strike. 2-2. So Deese with a 2-2 pitch coming.
Definitely want to throw a good pitch here, right here. You don't want to go to 3-2.
Now the 2-2. Curveball hit to first. Henderson backhands, and he will run to first base. Barely gets it. So it goes 3 unassisted.
Anderson took his time, and he almost paid for it. So heading to the bottom of the 9th, it's post 76, post 71, 51, nothing here on Radio Free Cabarrus.
Kick your boring lunch to the curb with Pizza Hut's unlimited lunch buffet. Dive into limitless pizzas straight from the oven and rich Tuscany pastas. And don't forget the crisp salads and freshly baked desserts. Your favorites are always hot, delicious, and ready when you are. So send the cold cuts packing and head to the unlimited lunch buffet. Not valid for delivery. Dine-in or carry-out varies by location. Lunch times, prices, buffet selection, and participation may vary.
Read all about it in the Independent Tribune. That's your hometown newspaper. The Independent Tribune, independenttribune.com, features local news, features, and everything you want to know about Cabarrus County and Southern Rowan County. And, of course, they're published on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The unifying voice of Greater Cabarrus County is the Independent Tribune. Of course, lots of special features online at the Independent Tribune, including some video from time to time. To subscribe, call 704-789-9162.
Whether it's roaming through strawberry fields or on the Grand Strand, all the good time rock and roll is right here. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
The last chance for post 51 here in the bottom of the 9th inning, trailing 4-0. And see, we've got number 15 will be up the first for post 51. We'll have to see who that is.
Daniel Dove.
Daniel Dove will be batting. So 15, Daniel Dove.
Replacing number 16, Ross. It's batting for Ross. For Ryan Ross.
Been a tough night at the plate for most post 51 batters. A couple of miscues in the field led to an early lead, and Stanley County's been able to hang on to it. So Dove working against Justin Crump. Crump came in to get the final out in the 8th inning after 7 2/3 innings of work by Russ Weicker.
Ball 1. And folks, don't forget to stay tuned for the Sandra post-game show, the conclusion of this game here on Radio Free Cabarrus.
We'll give you a quick recap. And this is the first game in conference play for either team, so whoever wins this one's going to be 1-0 headed into game 2. Swing and a miss as Dove took a big cut. 2 balls, 1 strike. Didn't look like we were going to get this one in earlier. Been a nice night for baseball, though, after the rain cleared out.
And right now it's gorgeous weather for baseball.
Yes, it is. Strike 2. 3-2 now. Post 51 needs base runners. Let's see if Dove can get a start here in the 9th. And that's a low.
Ball 4.
Lead-off walk for Daniel Dove.
And Dove, the way he threw that bat, almost hit his own player, number 19, Nick Caleb.
So Coble will stand in there. Let's see what Coble can do.
Getting a sign from Coach Small, I believe. The third baseman coach. I don't think he's telling him to bunt. I doubt it. It'll be interesting to fly on the wall for that meeting.
Probably says, be careful but throw strikes. Big stick and Coble at the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Struck out, popped out to the second baseman and grounded to the second baseman. Fastball up, shoulder high ball.
And he should take another pitch until he can prove that he's capable of throwing strike.
Swing and a miss at a sharp breaking ball.
And I think he swung at the ball too.
Probably did, but the plane that ball was coming in, he didn't pick up the break on it probably. That's going to be a base hit.
That is a base hit. First and second, no out.
Post 51 trying to give him a finish as Coble gets his first hit of the night.
Bring up number 18.
Let's see, we're going to have a pinch hitter, so number 8. So number 18, Clint Moser. Clint Moser comes in here in the 9th inning for post 51. He'll be batting for the pitcher Caleb Klutz. Klutz pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 unearned run. So Moser, big right-handed batter.
If he can get on base, bring up a Parker Anderson for potentially grand slam, tying it up.
2 on, nobody out. Moser facing Crump. Crump works from a stretch with the runners at first and second. Misses.
1-0. Should definitely take another pitch. Make him throw a strike.
That's down low again, 2-0. So Crump finding the strike zone, jumping about a bit, the plate jumping about. Leadoff walk to Daniel Dove. Nick Coble with a single and 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss.
That might have been ball 3.
Close. It was a letter high fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Must have gotten something he thought he could handle.
2-1.
Dove's down at second. Swing and a miss. Came up empty on another fastball.
Yeah, that was definitely a strike.
Yeah, it was, without a doubt. So 2-2 now to Moser. Let's see if Clint Moser can battle and stay alive. Nobody out in the 9th. Oh, called him out. Oh, my goodness.
Eye strike.
Moser goes down.
Now bring up number 21, Parker Anderson.
Henderson started out in right field, came into the infield to play first base. Popped out to second twice, flew out to center field once, and the big right-hand slugger will walk down and talk to Coach Tommy Small while there's a meeting on the mound as Derek Barringer and company will be talking some strategy. Rawson's on deck. There are just one out. Just one out in the inning.
That meeting is over.
4-0. Concord trying to threaten. They had left the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Concord needs just one more guy on base, then they have a chance for some firework here in the bottom of the 9th.
So Henderson will face Crump, runners at first and second. Way upstairs, yeah. Henderson maybe up there taking it until he gets a strike. Ooh, and a hit him. That really hurt, and Henderson will walk over to first base, and that one hurt. He really thumped him.
I agree, totally agree, but bring up a chance for firework.
You definitely are not trying to hit somebody in that situation, but it still hurts just as bad.
And he'll come pitching change.
And the pitching change is coming. Jacob Rawson will be up, and Garrett Herlocker.
If Rawson can get on base. Pitching is number 4, Vince Diss is going to pitch. Oh,
let's see, number.
That is a low throw by Diss.
That's Matt Lambert, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So Matt Lambert comes in after Crump gets the bases loaded. Daniel Dove led off the inning with a walk, single for Nick Coble. Clint Mosier was called out on strikes, and then Parker Henderson was hit by a pitch.
And the hip. Right around the hip.
Yep. So second baseman Lambert comes in. Looks like he's got a little hop on that fastball.
And Rawson has a chance to set up firewalk here. Bases is loaded. 1 out. Bottom of the 9th.
Rawson got good power.
Let's see if we can put it on the board.
Main thing you want to do here is stay out of a double play. Hit it hard somewhere, put it in play, and take your chance.
Yeah, sacrifice fly would work just fine here.
You don't have to swing for the fences here. Main thing is keep this inning alive. 2 strikeouts and a ground out for Rawson. Bases are loaded. See what Lambert brings to the plate.
Ball 1.
Nice curveball, but just missed.
The catcher tried to frame it, but it was just a bit too low.
1-0. That one's off the outside corner. 2-0.
It's just missing, folks.
Yep. Throw back to second. Back safely. Wow, the second baseman out there did a pretty good job keeping that one on the infield.
It was a great football catch.
Cameron Vick now playing second base, and Vick just speared that ball, kept it from going into center field.
Yeah, Vick is probably also playing football in Stanley County based on that catch.
Grounded toward third. Pick it up, throw it toward the plate. He throws it wide. 1 run is in. Nobody else will advance. What could have been an out.
Could have been and should have been out.
And that is going to be an error. Error on the third baseman. The second error for Stanley County.
Costly bad error.
Yes, that's a costly error. You want at this point you're wanting outs.
And the third baseman could have had a chance for a double play, perhaps. Step on third, throw it to home. Bring up Garrett Olaker with a chance to win it all for Concord. Ball 1.
4-1 our score.
1 out. Bases are still loaded. Grand Slam here, win it, folks, and set up firewalk.
So Dove scores. Breaking ball for a strike.
1-1. The fans are definitely underfit, folks.
Tying runs at first base as the bases are loaded with 1 out here in the 9th. Strike 2.
1-2. Look like questionable call.
So Herlocker now be battling here with a 1-2 count. Nubber. Safe. Got the runner at the plate, so the bases are still loaded. Hit the runner in the back over at first base. Now I wonder if you'll see if anybody appealed whether or not he was in the box. So the runner is cut down at the plate. That goes 1-2 for out number 2.
Bases are still loaded.
Everybody else is safe, so it's a fielder's choice for Herlocker. They're going to have a pinch runner for Herlocker as 14's going into the ball game now. And that is Jesse Klepper. So Klepper will be in for Herlocker as a pinch runner here in the 9th.
And Arms still has a chance to win the game with a grand slam.
So Mitchell Helms Mitchell Helms hit one to the fence the last time he came up. The left fielder couldn't handle it. Let's see if he can crank one that direction. Breaking ball for strike.
Low strike. Was definitely a low strike.
4-1, but the bases are loaded and post 51 threatening. Pitches outside 1-1. Trying to give him a finish.
Trying to send the fence happy.
Strike on the outside corner. So post 51 down to the final strike. Helms digs in and waits the 1-2 pitch. Lambert delivers. Fouled off. He thought he fouled it off.
Yep.
Going to call him out. Strikeout.
So that is your ball game.
And that's the ball game. Post 51 strands 6 men in the final 2 innings and fall in this one. Final score is 4-1 to Stanley County. We're going to step aside, take a break, and we'll be back to give you your Sundrop postgame report right after this.
In the early 1950s, something really exciting happened right here in Concord, and it's been here ever since. It's the smooth, refreshing taste of Sundrop. Now, some of the faces have changed over the years, of course, but one thing that has not changed is the smooth citrus taste of an ice-cold Sundrop. You know something else that hasn't changed? It's Sundrop's involvement in Concord and the surrounding communities. Sundrop, hometown folks providing you with the taste you've come to enjoy for years and years and years. So next time you're grocery shopping, pick up Sundrop in your favorite flavor. After all, the folks at Sundrop, from delivery drivers, warehouse staff, and the management team, work hard every day to bring you the refreshing, smooth taste of Sundrop. Sundrop, the official soft drink of Radio Free Cabarrus. Nothing like a Sundrop. We put the home back in hometown radio. RadioFreeCabarrus.com.
Welcome back to Central Cabarrus High School. The game's in the books between Stanley County and Concord Post 51, the league opener for both teams, and it goes 4-1 to Stanley County. And Shaked, Post 51 late, really scrapping and clawing, but to leave too many men on base.
Yeah, Post 51 had too many opportunities. Bottom of the 9, bases loaded, 2 out, strike 3. They missed a chance. Then bottom of the 9, bases loaded, 1 out. Fielder choice should have been, was the error, should have been out at home. And then later on, again, strike 3. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that and the 4 errors that Concord committed cost them the game tonight.
Yeah, way too many strikeouts, no doubt, for Post 51 here tonight, in a couple in key situations.
And we have the future of Post 51.
Oh, yeah, we do. The youngster out there tracking around the bases here. Both teams are huddling up and getting an opportunity. And we'll probably see this young man come sliding into home plate. You think he's going to slide, Shaked?
That would be interesting to see.
Mom or sister, I'm not sure which, is coming to help him. Says, son, pull your pants up. Let's give you a quick score and recap on the Sundrop postgame report before we get out of here. First inning, Rusty Brown reached on an error, then got second on a pass ball, stole third base, stole base also for Zach Allman, who had walked, then a 2-run single by Derek Tucker, 2-0 in favor of Stanley County. In the third inning, a leadoff walk also to Rusty Brown. He stole second, stole third, scored on a ground out to first by Vance Deese. At that point, 3-0. 2 of the 3 runs to that point unearned against Ryan Ross, who pitched pretty well tonight. Just Post 51 just didn't get a lot of hitting against Rush Weicker. Weicker pitched 7 2/3 innings. Really handcuffed Post 51, did not give up any runs. Gave way to Justin Crump in the 8th inning with the bases loaded. Crump came in, got the strikeout to end the 8th inning. That was a big play there. The 4th run for Stanley came in the top of the 8th inning. A leadoff double for Zach Allman. after a ground out and a strikeout, an error on third baseman Nick Coble as David Singletary hit the ball to third base. The throw to first was low, and they couldn't handle it over there. Parker Henderson. That winds up being run number 4 crossing the plate. Caleb Klutz pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 unearned run for Post 51. In the 9th inning, Post 51 did get on the board. Leadoff walk by Daniel Duff. Nick Coble with a sharp single to right center field. Clint Moser struck out. Then Parker Henderson was hit by a pitch. Then Jacob Rowson hit a slow ground ball to third base. Third baseman Derek Tucker tried to come home. He just about hit me with the ball, sent him behind home plate. He bounced that one up there, and Post 51 got Dove across the plate for the lone run of the day. 4-1 the final score. Stanley County winning over Concord Post 51. Any closing comments, Shaked?
Good pitching battle, actually, it was by both teams. Unfortunately, error and leaving too many men on base cost Post 51 the game, but as we mentioned, we will have plenty of more games on Radio Free Cabarrus. We will have Junior League coming up this weekend, and myself and Mark, we will be next week at A.L. Brown for a Junior League game.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of our next broadcasts will be Junior American Legion baseball, but we'll have Concord and Kannapolis not this weekend, but next weekend. We'll have both of those games between Concord and Kannapolis in Senior Legion baseball coming up. So lots more baseball coming up. We appreciate you joining us on the Sundrop postgame report. And for Shaked Bar-tal, I'm Mark Plemmons. Final score, one more time, is Stanley County 4 and Concord Post 51 1. Good night, everybody.